Oh, praises. So the name of the class is The Power of the Purge. The Power of the Purge. All right? The main problem with a lot of us, and I was going to say this too, the class, it was just so many different ways I wanted to go about it in my mind. I was just like, I'm going to let the Spirit lead me. So whatever come out, that's what the Lord wanted to come out. Because I had like 5 different classes for this one class. But basically, one of the problems that we got is in this congregation is we don't understand. We fool ourselves into thinking like we can handle putting ourselves in a position, you know what I'm saying, where we would be tempted.
Right.
And the key is not somehow being miraculously strong enough to overcome the temptations. It's about the discipline to not even put yourself in the situation. Before we get there, read, I think it's Proverbs, it say the fool rageth. Proverbs 14 and 16.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 14 and verse 16. A wise man feareth and departeth from evil, but the fool rageth and is confident.
So I want y'all to, just like the example I brought out with my wife, right? So an example of this, like I said, a wise man feareth and departed from evil. So I'm so afraid to violate the Day of Atonement and mess around and eat something and drink something or taste something. I'm going to make it to where I'll block off my damn kitchen. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm fearing, I'm going to make it to where I'm not even finna get my damn toothbrush. Like, it's out of my reach. So I won't slip up and, that's wisdom.
Yes, sir.
I'm fearing, so that's what I'm going to do, right? But it say the fool rageth and is confident. That means I ain't got to block my damn kitchen. I know I ain't going to break the Day of Atonement. I'm in the Spirit. Hell you mean? I got discipline. I'm strong in the Lord. I don't need no damn move my damn couch in front of my kitchen. That means you lack discipline. No, that's a wise person having fear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us, we don't think like that. We think like the fool that rages and is confident. And you confident that you'll be able to overcome something until you in a situation. Then you fall. And that happens with a lot of us. That's why a lot of brothers and sisters been in real deal sin. All right, get Sirach 32 and 20. This is what the Lord advised us to do when it comes to sin. And we got to start following the Lord's advice. Sirach 32, verse 20.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 32 and verse 20. Go not in a way wherein thou mayest fall, and stumble not among the stones.
Right. God said, don't go in a way where thou mayest fall. So, of course, we know of GP, keep the commandments, right?
Yes, sir.
Don't sin. But now he giving you preventative measures to take. Don't even go in the way which you may fall. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Don't go in a way where you know it's going to be stumbling blocks. That's what we got to start doing. We got to start eliminating this stuff in our life that we know might get us in some trouble with the Lord. All right? For a lot of us, it's social media. For a lot of us, it's certain people that we talk to that ain't in here. Or, some people you probably shouldn't be talking to in here. I know when every time I call this brother, we murmur. We be gossiping. We be talking about the officers. You know what I'm saying? Every time I talk to this brother. Don't delete his damn number. Hell. Keep it strictly Telegram. For real. Don't even set yourself up for that. Because y'all end up on the phone, you know how that's going to go. We got to start thinking like that. Because just way too often we end up falling into the damn sin. Because we went in that way where we could fall. God said, don't even go in that way. Why tempt yourself? Y'all know that the Lord don't tempt us, right? we are tempted by what's in us. Y'all understand? And that goes into what we're going to talk about, the power of the purge, all right? Look up the definition of purge. Oh, I got it pulled up. Just pull it up real quick. The definition of purge. And y'all, chime in here. Hey, say something. Pull something. All right, definition of purge. Read that.
Definition of purge. Rid someone or something of an unwanted quality, condition, or feeling.
Right, so the purge means to get rid of something that's not wanted, right? It's an unwanted quality or condition or feeling. Now, real quick, pull up that link that say clean out your body. All right. Read that.
Check. Clean out your body with fasting. Fasting triggers a nearly miraculous cleansing process throughout the entire body. It not only permits organs and glands a much-needed rest, particularly the digestive system, but it also allows for the body's natural home cleaning mechanisms, including white blood cells, enzymes, and so on, to course through your body and take out the trash.
What do it do?
To course through your body and take out the trash.
So fasting, this is in a carnal sense, right? This is what it like. If Edomites fast, they would get these benefits. So it takes out the trash. It takes out the trash. Read.
That trash includes anything from damaged cells, metabolic waste, toxins, pollutants, unwelcome bacteria or microbes, and even impacted feces.
Come on.
Muscle tissue enters into a restoration process as well, as old, damaged tissue is recycled when you enter into a fast.
So notice it's dealing with toxins, it's dealing with digestive system, it's even dealing with muscle tissue, right? So it's in different departments within your body. It's working. The fast is working. All right, read on.
This process keeps muscles healthy, young, and strong.
Read.
To be clear, unless you live in an immaculately clean vacuum, which is clearly impossible, even if such a space existed, you're bound to accumulate waste, toxins, and pollutants over time through your diet and exposure to less than ideal environmental conditions. And the only way to purge these from your body is to fast.
So the only way to purge like certain sicknesses, certain, tissue damage, all of that, the only way to purge some stuff, because some stuff you could purge by taking certain herbs. Some stuff you can purge by eating more fruits and veggies. Some stuff you can purge out of your body without fasting. Some stuff, the only thing you can do to purge it is to fast. So we got that carnal understanding, right? Okay. Now go back. Go to the synonyms real quick on Merriam-Webster for purge. All right. So look, some synonyms for purge. Read that real quick.
Synonyms for purge: cleanse, purify, sanctify.
So it say to cleanse, to purify, and to sanctify, right? So all of them three words right there, they are very, very biblical. So when you see the words cleanse and sanctify and etc., then basically, like whatever the Lord is telling you to do in that instant, if you were to fast, it would heighten that spiritually. All right? And we're gonna get into that. All right, so you can get off of that. Get 2 Corinthians 7:1. 2 Corinthians 7 and verse 1.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 7 and verse 1. Having therefore these promises, dearly beloved, let us cleanse ourselves.
So one of the synonyms for purge was what? To cleanse, right? Now notice it say, let us cleanse ourselves. Now we know that Christ, his death. Who watched Captain Get Alive class yesterday? Raise your hand on Daily Bread. Damn, what the hell? Okay, who watched Deacon Abiel class last night? Okay, so y'all should have an idea. Basically, the point is that Christ was the atonement, the ultimate atonement for our sins, right? He washed them away with his blood once and for all. Do we all understand that? Yes, sir. So now, okay, we understand that he purged us from our old sins to be able to come into the knowledge and walk in repentance. But now you get to a point where you in this truth and you have to purge yourself. You have to cleanse yourself. That's the difference between us and Christianity. Christianity be like, I'm washing the blood of the Lamb. You know what I'm saying? I can go to the parties. I can smoke the weed. You know what I'm saying? I can smash the host.
Do everything.
I'm washed. I'm
Right.
clean. I'm sanctified in the blood of the Lamb. Right? But scriptures like this, nah, I don't gotta read that. He washed that away in his blood too.
Just done away
The
with.
scripture, his blood on the scriptures. I can't read. I don't need to. That's how they is. But us, we understand that if Christ was willing to do that for us, then we owe him a recompense. And we have to live according to what he did for us. That makes sense? So it say, read it from the top.
Having therefore these promises, dearly beloved, let us cleanse ourselves from all filthiness of the flesh and spirit.
So knowing that Christ is able to bring us back to the Father, right? Because I'm gonna touch on a little bit, but the stuff that we did when we came out of the wilderness and all of that, and when we was under the covenant of sacrifice, it was the Lord cut us off. Like it say he wrote us a bill of divorce, right? Now, men, if you give a woman a bill of divorce, right, and y'all divorced, can you get back with her? Huh? Okay. So the Most High said he wrote us a bill of divorce. Y'all know that, right? Y'all know this in the scripture. Y'all need me to let me get it. Get Jeremiah 3. Jeremiah 3 and 8. Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 8.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 3 and verse 8. And I saw, when for all the causes whereby backsliding Israel committed adultery, I had put her away and given her a bill of divorce.
Right, so I went capping. The Lord said he gave us a bill of divorce. He cut us off. So what was going to be the only way that we would be able to come back to the Father? Who can tell? Hezekiah. Right, exactly. When you read Isaiah 53, it say he was some for our transgression. He was blank for our transgression. He was what? Wounded for, there you go. All praises. Okay, you all right. He was wounded for our transgressions, right? So now, go back to 2 Corinthians 7. Yeah.
2 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 1. Having therefore these promises, dearly beloved, let us cleanse ourselves from all filthiness of the flesh and spirit.
So knowing that we're able to come back to the Father through Christ, through his death, let us cleanse ourselves from our filthiness of the flesh and spirit. That's what it say, right?
Right.
Of the flesh and spirit. Read on.
Perfecting holiness in the fear of God.
Perfecting holiness in the fear of God. So I want to show y'all something real quick. Go to, I'm going to give y'all a couple examples. Go to Deuteronomy 23. Start at verse 10.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23 and verse 10. If there be among you any man that is not clean by reason of uncleanness, that chanceth him by night, then shall he go abroad out of the camp. He shall not come within the camp. But it shall be, when evening cometh on, he shall wash himself with water. And when the sun is down, he shall come into the camp again.
Hey, what that's talking about? Who know? Joel. Let's hear it. We got a mic out there? All right, what that's talking about?
Shalom, leadership. Check. When it was unclean, they had to wash themselves with water, and then they was unclean until the even, and they wasn't able to go into the camp until it was clean.
Okay. So what's that uncleanness?
It could be if you touch the dead body, or like
What this one talking about? That chanceth him by night.
I don't know, sir.
Okay. Who can help him out? Zephaniah.
Shalom. It's talking about his seed of copulation.
Right, exactly. The precept of Leviticus 15. So you got to think, right? Now, not we all, but let me see how I can say this. It's a common thing for that to happen, like now, right? Well, in general, right? But let me show y'all something. Go to Exodus 19. Exodus chapter 19. In verse 14.
The book of Exodus, chapter 19 and verse 14.
Uh-huh.
And Moses went down from the mount unto the people, and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes.
Read.
And he said unto the people,
Uh-huh.
Be ready against the third day.
Right, because in verse 11, he let them know on the third day the Lord will come amongst us. He going to come into the camp. Read.
Come not at your wives.
Why he say that? Job.
Said not to go at them so you wouldn't be unclean. When the Lord
Exactly. We just read it, right? When you, the seed of copulation or whatever, you will be unclean as far as being able to enter into the presence of the Lord. Everybody understand? All right. Now go back to Deuteronomy 23. So I'm just showing y'all examples of how it was when we was in the wilderness, when we actually had the Lord coming and moving with us in the camp. All right? What verse we left off at? Verse 12 now.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23 and verse 12.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt have a place also without the camp, whither thou shalt go forth abroad. And thou shalt have a paddle upon thy weapon. And it shall be when thou wilt ease thyself abroad.
What does that mean? Ease thyself abroad. Ease thyself. What that's talking about? Let me get a different hand. To ease yourself. I like it.
Shalom, leadership. It's when you go to the bathroom.
Right. What type of bathroom?
Number 2.
Okay, all right. So the Lord said, it's a law in the Bible about taking a dump, right? It say, and it shall be when thou wilt ease thyself abroad. Go ahead.
Thou shalt dig therewith, and shalt turn back, and cover that which cometh from thee.
Right, so you had to go outside the camp. When you take it, you got to bury it in the ground. You know what I'm saying? And cover it so wouldn't nobody be able to walk through and step on it or whatever. And then go back to the camp. Now keep reading.
For the Lord thy God walketh in the midst of thy camp to deliver thee and to give up thine enemies before thee.
Come on.
Therefore shall thy camp be holy, that he see no unclean thing in thee, and turn away from thee.
And do what?
And turn away from thee.
I want y'all to think about that. So these is like little minute things. Like it's talking about using the bathroom, and if you have sex. The Lord's, when it's time for him to come within the camp, and it's unclean, it was uncleanness like that back then, he would turn away from us.
Even the dump on the ground.
Exactly.
He was like, well, I'm not finna help you Negroes, because it's one brother that didn't hide that poop. up under there."
Exactly. Now you got to think about it. Now, that's funny because another word that we say for sin is brothers be full of and that's why we'll be able to grow.
Right.
But anyway, all right. So I'm just showing y'all examples. Go to Numbers 5. Numbers 5 and verse 2. I know y'all thinking like, what's this dude? This dude here.
Where is he going to? Where is he going?
Numbers 5 and 2. Read that.
The book of Numbers, chapter 5 and verse 2. Command the children of Israel that they put out of the camp every leper and everyone that hath an issue, and whosoever is defiled by the dead.
Right, like Joab was quoting earlier. Go ahead.
Both male and female shall ye put out. Without the camp shall ye put them, that they defile not their camps in the midst whereof I dwell.
So, wow. So the Lord, like, damn. So you can't be a leper. You can't have an issue. You can't be defiled by the dead. Like, you got to separate from the camp till you clean again, according to, the ordinances in Leviticus or whatever.
You gonna make everybody else unclean.
Exactly.
Now the whole
Lord,
camp messed up.
Lord said you got to get the hell out the camp, bruh. Keep reading.
And the children of Israel did so, and put them out without the camp. As the Lord spake unto Moses, so did the children of Israel.
Right. So these are examples of little things that you would say basically pertain to the flesh that we had to make sure that we did, or else the Lord would turn away from us. So that means if it was that serious when it came to stuff like that in the flesh, how serious you think it was when it came to spiritual issues, spiritual uncleanness? Y'all understand? Okay, now let's deal with that. Go to Numbers 14. Numbers 14, verse 1.
The book
Matter
of
of fact, Numbers 13, read verse 17.
The book of Numbers, chapter 13 and verse 17. And Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan, and said unto them, Get you up this way southward, and go up into the mountain, and see the land what it is, and the people that dwelleth therein, whether they be strong or weak, few or many, and what the land is that they dwell in, whether it be good or bad, and what cities they be that they dwell in, whether in tents or in strongholds, and what the land is, whether it be fat or lean, whether there be wood therein or not, and be ye of good courage.
And be ye of what?
Of good courage.
Right, so he's sending spies to spy out the land, the promised land that we were supposed to go in and conquer. They were like, spy it out, see what's in there, what is battle, whatever. Be ye of good courage. All right, read.
And bring of the fruit of the land.
Now, jump down to verse 31.
Verse 31. But the men that went up with him said, We be not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we.
Now, was that of good courage? No, right? So that means something was wrong with them brothers' spirits. That's why it's in Revelation 21 and 8. The fearful and unbelieving. Them the first spirits that he mentioned that's going to go in a lake of fire. That's what ruined us as a nation in the wilderness. A fearful and unbelieving spirit. That's what they had. Read on.
And they brought up an evil report of the land which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, The land through which we have gone to search it, it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof, and all the people that we saw in it are men of great stature. And there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, which come of the giants, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight.
So this the report. Now he chose out the leaders of the 12 tribes, the head man of each tribe, to go out and do this. So you got to think, if, say I'm Manasseh, right? And let's say Ezra was the leader of Manasseh, right? That means, hey, when it comes to my tribe, you the man, you the guy. You the leader. You the one that's going to lead the battles whenever we go to battle. And you come back and you tell my whole tribe, no, we don't stand a chance. You the man I look up to though, right? So you got to think of the spirit that these men put on the rest of the nation. Jump down to 14 verse 1.
The book of Numbers, chapter 14 and verse 1. And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night. And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron. And the whole congregation said unto them, would God that we had died in the land of Egypt, or would God we had died in this wilderness? And wherefore had the Lord brought us unto this land, to fall by the edge of the sword, that our wives and our children shall be a prey? Were it not better for us to return into Egypt? And they said one to another, let us make a captain, and let us return into Egypt.
So they was willing to go back into slavery. Now, I want y'all to think. Now, sometimes Jake just don't think, right? Sometimes we just be talking. You got to think, well, what just happened? Now, your God just killed all they damn babies.
Right.
Turned their water to blood.
Right.
Put all type of frogs and flies and plagues and pestilence and death and murder and pain and affliction.
Darkness, all of it.
All of that. On this people, you think when you go back, like you gonna be all right. That was Israel's mindset. Because they brought a bad report, saying, no, I don't think we can go up in the land. They ready to go back to some people that got hella smoke waiting for them.
The people were gone, though.
Right.
What they going back to, though? He destroyed all that.
That's like Lot wife, right? You gonna go back, it's all wiped out.
Right, exactly. That's that unbelieving spirit, though. All right? Now watch this. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 1. Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 26.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 26.
Uh-huh.
Notwithstanding, you would not go up.
So they were supposed to go up and try to take the land, right? Moses said, be ye of good courage. But they rebelled, read.
But rebelled against the commandment of the Lord your God.
Come on.
And ye murmured in your tents and said, because the Lord hated us, he hath brought us forth out of the land of Egypt, to deliver us into the hand of the Amorites, to destroy us.
Read.
Whither shall we go up? Our brethren have discouraged our heart.
That's the part I wanted. Our brethren have discouraged our heart. So the fact that the men that was leaders, right? Because their spirit wasn't right with the Lord, they wasn't faithful, they wasn't of good courage, they had fear, they spiritually defiled the rest of the camp. Remember, he said, don't bring the leper and all that, because if they come amongst us, then everybody mess around and catch leprosy. I can't have that. You see what I'm saying? So spiritually, you got to think, this is causing the people to rebel against God that saved them. Y'all understand that? They are spiritually defiled. Go back to Numbers 14 now. Now watch this. Jump down to verse 40. Now the Lord, this is after the Lord told him, look, ain't none of y'all in this damn generation gonna go to the promised land. You know what I'm saying? It's a wrap. Only Caleb and Joshua, that's it. So now watch what Israel do. Israel love to do this after the judgment already get passed. You know what I'm saying? Now it's too late. Watch, read what you got.
The book of Numbers, chapter 14 and verse 40.
Come on.
And they rose up early in the morning and gate them up into the top of the mountain, saying, Lo, we be here, and will go up unto the place which the Lord hath promised, for we have sinned.
Right. No. We gonna go up now. We straight now. We gonna go up now. We ain't scared no more. We have sinned. Read.
And Moses said, Wherefore now do you transgress the commandment of the Lord? But it shall not prosper.
Read.
Go not up, for the Lord is not among you.
Damn.
That
Hold on, wait. He said, go not up, for the Lord is not among you. Now we read just dealing with the flesh. The Lord said he'll turn away from you, whatever, right? He walk in the midst of your camp to deliver you from your enemy. That's what he there for. You don't want any manner of uncleanness to turn him away from you. Now, it ain't written in here that they had lepers in the camp, unclean people in the camp, or none of that. But because of the uncleanness of their spirit, Moses said, the Lord is not among you. The Lord done left y'all black ass. For real. He gone.
Right.
He is not among you. Read on.
Go not up, for the Lord is not among you, that ye be not smitten before your enemies.
If you go up, y'all gonna get y'all ass kicked. The Lord is not among you. Get Isaiah 59:2.
So those your lukewarm. At first they were scared. Now they talking about they want to go up.
Right.
Man, you better make up your damn mind. What you? Lord said I can't deal with these lukewarm people, man. They gotta go. I'm gonna spew you out of my mouth. Go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 59 and verse 2.
Come on.
But your iniquities have separated between you and your God, and your sins have hid his face from you, that he will not hear.
Y'all see that? So it's sin. Now you got to think, right? So do we got the tabernacle and the temple and all of that when the Lord come down in a cloud? No, right? So we not necessarily entering into the presence of the Lord. So that's why when you, like for example, right? When you have sex or whatever, you still go wash yourself, but we don't say don't come to the school. You know what I'm saying? For real, I wouldn't be able to come on no damn Sabbath, basically. You know what I'm saying? So you still gotta wash yourself, but it's not the same as for, making sure that, y'all understand what I'm saying? But
You messed him up.
Giggling over there, what talking?
but now, chill out. But don't make me do this. All right.
Don't do it.
All right. So what I was finna say. So now we gotta remember, what really made the Lord depart from us. All right, our sin. So we gotta get Ephesians 5:26. Now, like I said, right, even dealing with your body, you can take certain herbs, change your diet, and it'll purge stuff out. All right? But some stuff can only be purged by a certain thing. All right, read what you got.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 26.
Come on.
That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
Right, so sanctify and cleanse. Both of them was words that were synonyms for what? Purge, right? So if we want the Lord to dwell amongst us, then we got to sanctify and cleanse our spirit with the washing of the water by the word, right? Not just taking the damn, washing your flesh, carnal washings. What is it? Never say that in Hebrews 9? Yeah, the diverse washings. You got to wash yourself spiritually with the word to sanctify and cleanse your soul, right? To purge your spirit. Now watch this. Matthew 10 and 1. Matthew chapter 10, verse 1.
The book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 1.
Come on.
And when he had called unto him his 12 disciples, he gave them power against unclean spirits.
Right, so the Lord, when he appointed his disciples, he gave them power over unclean spirits, meaning they had the ability to do what? Cast out what? Right, demons, devils, unclean spirits, right? All right, read.
To cast them out and to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease.
Now, go to chapter 17, verse 14. So the Lord gave them that power. They went out, they was doing it, right? Now watch this, 17:14.
The book of Matthew, chapter 17 and verse 14. And when they were come to the multitude, there came to him a certain man, kneeling down to him and saying, Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is a lunatic and sore vexed. For oft times he falleth into the fire, and often into the water. And I brought him to thy disciples, and they could not cure him.
Damn. So somebody coming to Christ, and they like, hey, my son got the damn devil on him. He be trying to throw himself in the damn fire. Keep reading.
Then Jesus answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me.
Read.
And Jesus rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him. And the child was cured from that very hour.
Come on.
Then came the disciples to Jesus apart and said, Why could not we cast him out? And Jesus said unto them, Because of your unbelief. For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, Remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. Howbeit, this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting.
So now, mind you, he had them power over unclean spirits in Matthew 10, right? But right here, he's saying this kind of spirit, it can only come out by fasting. That's like what we read in the article. Y'all remember that, right? You can take certain medicine, you can do certain things, diet, whatever, exercise. Some stuff you can only purge out of your body by fasting. The Lord just let us know that about certain evil spirits, right? That's why the Day of Atonement is very, very important. It's not it's not like we waiting all year for get to have a scapegoat and lay all our sins on the, you know how we did in Leviticus 16. Christ sacrificed. He shed his blood once for all. We good on that note, but it's the cleansing ourselves from the filth of the flesh and of the spirit, right? The Lord said, if I leave it up to them, they probably, some of them, a lot of them, most of them, they probably would never fast. Damn. So I got to make sure it's one day out of the year.
Got to force it.
They must. They have to. Because there's certain stuff in them, it ain't going to work. The Sabbath, the classes, the counsel, the praying, the studying, that's not enough. They got to fast to get that demon out of them. Y'all understand that? But when that demon get out of us, then the Lord will be amongst us. All right? So now let's get 2 Chronicles. Let's get an example of that.
Can we go back to read verse 14 and 15 again? Because you gave some parables with your son, the little analogies and everything. Like, if y'all see it as surface value as far as we're reading this and we're talking about little kids, but read it again.
The book of Matthew, chapter 17 and verse 14. And when they were come to the multitude, there came to him a certain man, kneeling down to him and saying, Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is lunatic and sore vexed. For oft times he falleth into the fire, and often into the water.
Right, so this, like he said, this man is going into fire. He's going into deep waters. He's doing these crazy, he's a lunatic. So look at yourself. The ones that we have provisions in front of you, okay, are you dealing with this? Well, let me put a code on your phone so you can't unlock, so you won't go and watch porn. But the brother will still go jump into the fire. It's dangerous. You live in a dangerous life. So what we're trying to show you is that the only way you can get that spirit that you're dealing with out of you is to pray and fast. Because it's obvious it's not working if we say, okay, let me put a lock on your phone. Let me call me every day. Let reach out to this brother, do this, do that. That's not working. So you got to fast and pray. You got to let God handle that thing. And we got to see that.
Hey, in the prayer and fasting, y'all supposed to be focused on the Lord.
That's right.
That's it. and spoken on the Lord and how to get out of your sins you in. Not cooking, not thinking about no water, not thinking about nothing. You should be thinking about the Lord and how to get out of your sins. That's what fasting is. That's why that spirit cannot come out. It ain't say the spirit of stuff that you already dealing. I mean, you already got under control. It said that spirit is by prayer and fasting. So your spirit could be, you might have a whoremonger spirit on you. That is your spirit. You got to pray and fast on, not pork, because you ain't dealing with that. You dealing with the sin that mostly Satan already knows that main sin. That's what you dealing with. That's what you got to pray and fast over.
Go to 5.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 58 and verse 5. Is it such a fast that I have chosen, a day for a man to afflict his soul? Is it to bow down his head as a bulrush, and to spread sackcloth and ashes under him? Wilt thou call this a fast and an acceptable day to the Lord? Is not this the fast that I have chosen, to loose the bands of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, and to let the oppressed go free, and that ye break every yoke?
Stop. So when it say, is this not the fast that I have chosen to loose the bands of wickedness? Who can expound on that? To loose the bands of wickedness. I'm going to help y'all out. Now, we read one of the benefits of fasting. It repair your muscle tissue, right? And it make your muscles stronger. It actually, when you fasting, you feel weak.
Right.
But it's strengthening your muscles. So correlate that with loosening the bands of wickedness. Somebody give me the sense. Anybody? All right, Zephaniah.
It's talking about like taking the yoke of iron off, like lessening the burden of all the sin that you've been in.
Okay. You right. It's some more I want out of that though. Anybody kind of got a clue? Officer Raphael. Don't say the same things as I just said, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right.
But so basically, the same way that we, I just had it in my head. The same way that when we fast, and it's beneficial for us outwardly, it's the same way it's beneficial for us spiritually. We cleanse ourselves when we fast, and then when we fast, we strengthen our spirit. To say, you get what I'm saying? Like, no.
Let me hear what Hezekiah got to say.
So I was gonna say,
You all right?
Hey, bro.
voice of the
Hey,
week,
hey,
you know what
hold
I'm
on, bro. Hold on.
You too big for that, man.
Hold on.
hey, but
We about to break it in a little bit. Hold on over there.
hey, spitting fire out. But check this out. I was gonna say like the sin that you battling with, you able to overcome that sin. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay, I'm going to just do it. So, now remember, we read in Matthew, it said, this kind goeth not out but by prayer and fasting, right? So, the things that we do on a regular basis, studying, praying, applying, that's good. It makes you strong, etc. But throughout the year, really, I mean, it's always something. But, for example, right? Throughout the year, it's something that been on you all damn year. You understand? It's like bands. Like, it just, it's just on me. Like, I keep getting corrected, man. I keep getting counseled. You know what I'm saying? But when you fast, it strengthens your spirit to where, It's like, I'm kind of making this mug stretch out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Now it ain't so tight. Now I can
No
pull it
choke,
off.
no chokehold.
You understand? That's what a fast do. That's the power of the purge. All right? Keep reading. Watch this.
Is it not to deal thy bread to the hungry, and that thou bring the poor that are cast out to thy house? When thou seest the naked, that thou cover him, and that thou hide not thyself from thine own flesh?
Watch this.
Then shall thy light break forth as the morning, and thine health shall spring forth speedily.
This is heavy. It's heavy as hell. So the Lord said if we fast, if we afflict our soul to loose the bands of wickedness, he say our health gonna spring forth speedily. What been an issue for the past 2 years? Prominently
Health
in the body. Just say it out loud.
Bruh.
Sickness, exactly.
Right.
Symptoms. Somebody gonna have some damn symptoms. We don't never have no full house.
This is rare.
So think about it. The Lord is saying this fast that he chose and you do it the right way, you will see a difference in the health of the body. It's the power of the power of that P.
Right.
I need y'all to, hey, keep reading, keep going, it's more.
And thy righteousness shall go before thee. The glory of the Lord shall be thy reward.
No, it's really saying real work, meaning the Lord gonna have your back. The Lord is gonna back you up. He gonna be behind you. He gonna be your real work, right? Oh, yeah, that's what they're talking about. The Lord gonna be your real. Think about that. The Lord, they go with the First Kings when it say, we say we done perversely and repenting, you know, and the Lord gonna maintain our cause. He gonna have our back. Think about that. That means, for example, he didn't say you're fired, and the Lord got your back. You know what I'm saying? Right. You gonna bounce right back,
right,
with something better. You understand what I'm saying? That's an example. When the Lord is your real work, he's behind you. He's the force pushing you. That means you unstoppable now. You understand? Keep reading.
Then shalt thou call, and the Lord shall answer. Thou shalt cry, and he shall say, here I am. If thou take away from the midst of thee the yoke, the putting forth of the finger, and speaking vanity.
So when you fasting, this is the stuff that you got to deal with. Because, real quick, hold this. Get Joel 2. No, matter of fact, yeah, get Joel 2. Joel 2 and 12.
The book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 12. Therefore also now, saith the Lord, turn ye even to me with all your heart, and with fasting, and with weeping, and with mourning.
Right, so the Lord said, turn unto him with all your heart, and with fasting. Because remember, with uncleanness, certain stuff among us, the Lord will turn away from us. So if we want to be able to turn to him and get close to him and draw near to him, we got to purge out the uncleanness in our spirit. That's why he say, turn unto me with fasting. Because without that fasting, you got certain stuff in you, the Lord don't want no parts of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For real, turn unto me with fasting. Read on.
And rend your heart and not your garments.
And tear your heart and not your garments. Meaning what? A lot of times when we fasted, we turned it into a show. Like, we rip our garments and pour the ashes on our head. Oh my God.
Sad face.
Used to have a damn contest.
Right.
Of who can look the most afflicted.
Right.
The Lord said, rend your damn heart. Tear your heart like that. if you think about if you tearing something, right? Ain't that how surgery go? They gotta like cut in you to get where they need to get to fix it. A lot of us got a lot of stuff in our heart, in our mind, but we haven't rent it. We haven't tore it open to dig deep in there to purge it out. The Lord said you got to rend your heart. That's why he said the putting forth of the finger, speaking vanity. A lot of times, I had to talk with some brothers about this today. A lot of times we think, you know, I got my fringes, I ain't eating pork, I keep the Sabbath, all of the thou shalt nots or whatever, I got that. Not knowing that you're dealing with spirits. Like pride is a spirit, deceit, that's a spirit. You know what I'm saying? Why you didn't get counsel before you did that? That is spirits on you. You got to be able to dig deep within to say, I have that problem. I can't take accountability. I would some point out something I did. Well, so-and-so had part in it too. Well, he told me, you see what I'm saying? The Lord said you got to cut that out. That's spiritually impure. That's spiritually impure. You don't see the righteous doing that in the scriptures. You understand what I'm saying? The righteous among our people, like Daniel, for example, he prayed, he confessed the iniquity of himself and the sins of the people. And the Lord said he was innocent. You understand? Go back to Isaiah 58.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 58 and verse 10.
Come on.
And if thou draw out thy soul to the hungry, and satisfy the afflicted soul, then shall thy light rise in obscurity, and thy darkness be as the noonday.
Come on.
And the Lord shall guide thee continually, and satisfy thy soul in drought,
Come on.
and make fat thy bones. And thou shalt be like a watered garden, and like a spring of water, whose waters fail not.
Yeah, all this sounds good, but it's, it's too metaphorical. He got to say some stuff. Okay, watch this, read.
And they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places.
Okay, so the all of that stuff is going into the restoration of the kingdom. We going to be able to build the waste places? We going to go from the ghetto to many mansions? That's what he's saying. But it's after that fast that I have chosen, where you loose the bands of wickedness. You deal with the stuff that's wrong in your spirit. Then, I'm going to do all this. I'm going to do X, Y, Z. Read on.
Thou shalt raise up the foundations of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairer of the breach, the restorer of the paths to dwell in.
So we're going to be the ones to bring forth the kingdom. Like you said, the kingdom is within you. You got to purge out the opposite of the kingdom to be able to manifest the kingdom that's within you. All the uncleanness of the flesh and the spirit, you got to purge it out. And then what's going to be left? The damn kingdom. Y'all understand? If the Lord say the kingdom, let me try to make it more plain. If the Lord say the kingdom is within you, right? But you look in the mirror, you be like, man, I know I ain't right. Like I be tripping, right? What's the work that you got to do? You got to deal with that. You got to wash it with the water of the word, and you got to purge it with fasting.
Right.
Y'all understand what I'm saying? And eventually you'll get to the point where there's nothing there but the kingdom. Y'all understand what I'm saying? That's what the Lord is telling us. Keep reading.
If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of the Lord.
So now what is he saying? He's saying that if you turn away from doing your pleasure on the Sabbath, like we be having that mentality. This go into like Amos 8 and 5, right? There was like, Of course, we know buying, selling, cooking, them the pleasures that we want to do on God's Sabbath. But some of us be having that spirit, like, damn, man, Officer Manuel need to shut the hell up. I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to break this damn fast. End of the Sabbath, I need to go to the store. I got some money I need to make. You know what I'm saying?
We in the sundown.
Yeah. But, nah, I ain't even gonna go there. But, yeah, I ain't gonna do it. Yeah, I ain't gonna do it. All right, so, keep reading.
Honorable, and shall honor him.
Right, so the Lord said, when you start to acknowledge my Sabbaths in the sense of it's a day to honor and glory in me, it's about the Lord. It's his high holy day. This is the Lord's Sabbath. Y'all understand that? All right. But the Lord's saying we got to get to that mindset. We be worried about us. We be worried about our pleasures. God said we need to focus on pleasing him. Read on.
Not doing thine own ways, nor finding thine own pleasure, nor speaking thine own words.
Read.
Then shalt thou delight thyself in the Lord, and I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob thy father. For the mouth of the Lord hath spoken it.
So the Lord said he will basically raise us up and give us the blessing that he promised to our forefathers, the kingdom, if we apply the purge that comes with his fast that he chose. You understand that? All right, just a couple more scriptures. I know y'all hungry. Don't stone me, please. All right. Security, y'all ain't no stones in here.
Nah.
Huh? Oh, bet. Okay. Ezra chapter 8, verse 21. We dealing with the power of the purge. Ezra 8 and 21.
The book of Ezra, chapter 8 and verse 21. Then I proclaimed a fast there at the river of Ahava, that we might afflict our souls before our God, to seek of him a right way for
Read it again
us.
from the top. Because in Leviticus 23, it say on the Day of Atonement, we got to afflict our souls, right? It's a precept to show you what that means. They go with Isaiah 58. Read it again.
The book of Ezra, chapter 8 and verse 21. Then I proclaimed a fast there.
What?
A fast there.
Read.
At the river of Ahava, that we might afflict ourselves before our God.
Right. The purpose of a fast is to afflict your soul. All right? You chastening your soul. I'm going to get that scripture too. But you chastening your soul. You showing the Lord that you sincerely sorry for your sin. You are in remorse for the thing that you did to separate yourself from him. You understand that? Like if somebody do you wrong, they got to show some type of act of gratitude or something,
Right.
to show that they really sorry. That's the purpose of a fast. All right, read on.
To seek of him a right way for us, and for our little ones, and for all our substance.
Come on.
For I was ashamed to require of the king a band of soldiers and horsemen to help us against the enemy in the way.
Because in the time of Ezra, we had the liberty to go and rebuild the temple. But on our way to Jerusalem, it was a journey. You had nations that hated us and that didn't want us to go to rebuild the temple. So Ezra was like, I ain't want to have to ask the king of Persia to help God's chosen people get to where they need to go to serve God. That make God look fake.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now we fasted so we could draw near unto God and God can draw near unto us. And we wouldn't need heathen support. The Lord will be our rearward. Y'all understand? Read on.
Because we had spoken unto the king, saying, the hand of our God is upon all them for good. that seek him.
Come on.
But his power and his wrath is against all them that forsake him.
Read.
So we fasted and besought our God for this,
Uh-huh.
and he was entreated of us.
And he was entreated of us. Meaning what? He heard it. And he looked out for them. He made sure they made it to their destination safely. All right? That's the power of the purge. We had to fast in order to get that protection from the Most High God. Get Judith chapter 4, verse 9. That's heavy. When you think about it, that's like, think about it, y'all. We be getting the COVID. We keeping the commandments. We know the truth. We read the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like, we rehearsing the righteous acts, and our ass still be getting COVID. So what do you think we got to do to get that next level? Lord, protect us from this. We got to afflict our soul.
That's right.
We got to purge. You got to, man, you want the Lord to protect you from getting the COVID, but you can't keep your eyes off xnxx.com. You know what I'm saying? For real. You can't stop looking on social media. You ain't reading no chapters, but you looking on social media all day. Oh, she got this, and she got that, and he got this, and he got that. And Lord, can we get this? Can we buy that? You ain't worried about the Lord. You trying to get... Sisters be spending hella money in captivity, bruh. For what? This gonna burn.
Right.
It's gonna burn. Sisters be emptying bank accounts dry. Like, what you studied today? You got some Bible questions? You asked me, can we order this? Can you ask me about the understanding of Ezra or Nehemiah? Or,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It's you reading the Bible, right? It's certain stuff that's in us, and we don't understand. That's why I ass still getting a damn COVID. You know what I'm saying? We got to purge out that covetous spirit, that lustful spirit, that spirit of murmuring, always finding something to gripe and complain about. If we can't purge that out, we can't expect protection from the Lord. Judith chapter 4, verse 9.
The book of Judith, chapter 4 and verse 9.
Come on.
Then every man of Israel cried to God with great fervency, and with great vehemency did they humble their souls.
Did they what?
Did they humble their souls.
Right, hold that, get Psalms 35:13. We coming right back. So it said they humbled their souls. Watch this.
The book of Psalms, chapter 35 and verse 13. But as for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth. I humbled my soul with fasting.
So a form of humbling your soul is fasting. You understand that? Now go back. Now get Sirach 2 and 17 real quick. Sirach 2 and 17.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2 and verse 17.
Come on.
They that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts
Uh-huh.
and humble their souls in his sight.
So if you fear the Lord, you're going to humble your soul, right? One of the ways of humbling your soul is what? Fasting. So if you fear the Lord, what's one of the things you're going to do? Fast. All right. Y'all throw me out. Where we at? Go back to Judah 4. So I just got some precepts for the humbling this soul. Go ahead.
The book of Judith, chapter 4 and verse 10.
Come on.
Both they and their wives and their children and their cattle and every stranger and hireling and their servants bought with money put sackcloth upon their loins.
Come on.
Thus every man and woman and the little children and the inhabitants of Jerusalem fell before the temple and cast ashes upon their heads and spread out their sackcloth before the face of the Lord. Also they put sackcloth about the altar.
Come on.
And cried to God of Israel, all with one consent earnestly, that he would not give their children for a prey, and their wives for a spoil, and the cities of their inheritance to destruction, and the sanctuary to profanation, and reproach and for the nations to rejoice at.
Right, because the nations, in particular Babylon, they was making a conquest throughout the regions of the earth, conquering all these nations. And they knew they was on the hit list. So they like, Lord, please, I ain't go like that. So they humbled their souls vehemently and et cetera, right? Read on.
Verse 13. So God heard their prayers and looked upon their afflictions.
Why? Go ahead.
For the people fasted.
For they what?
Fasted.
It's one thing to just regular pray, regular cry out to the Lord. But notice how the Lord intervene, he get involved when you do that purge. With all one consent, that meaning as a nation, we getting it all out together. That's the power of the Day of Atonement. Because it ain't just your regular, you know, some brothers do the fast every month, or some brothers do it every Sabbath, or whatever. That's great. Do that. But when, on the Day of Atonement, we doing it all as one nation with one consent for the same purpose. The Lord hear us. Right. The Lord moves with us. Y'all understand that? Finish that out.
Fasted many days in all Judea and Jerusalem before the sanctuary of the Lord Almighty.
Right. So now from there, go to Daniel chapter 10. So we saw now basically as a nation of people, when we want, before you get there, get Psalm 69 and 10. So as a nation, we see the benefits. We see the Lord will raise us up, deal with it, cast out our enemies, all of that, right? So now it's other benefits that come with it too. Read what you got.
Psalm 69 and verse 10.
Come on.
When I wept and chastened my soul with fasting.
I did what?
Chastened my soul with fasting.
So now look up the definition of chasten real quick. Saying he chastened his soul with fasting. That's a bar. I chastened my soul with fasting. Now that's an archive. That's something Titus to say. All right. Now watch this. I want the archaic definition.
Chasten, especially of God. Discipline, punish.
Discipline or punish. So you punishing your soul when you fast. How? How so? You denying your body what it wants, what it craves. Every day we wake up, we want to taste something. You know what I'm saying? What do they call the first thing you eat when you wake up? What is that called? Break fast. You're breaking a fast.
Bars.
Y'all know, like, that's actually why that word is that word. Because that's what you're doing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you telling the Lord, no, I'm going to purge. I'm going to cleanse my body. I'm going to cleanse my spirit. All right? You chastening your soul. All right? Go, what I say? Daniel chapter 10, verse 2.
The book of Daniel, chapter 10 and verse 2.
Come on.
In those days, I, Daniel, was mourning 3 full weeks.
How long is that? 21 days. No savage. All right? 21 days. Read on.
I ate no pleasant bread, neither came flesh, nor wine in my mouth, neither did I anoint myself at all.
That's a long time. 3 weeks. 3 weeks, Daniel fast. Read on.
Till 3 whole weeks were fulfilled.
But I want to show you how powerful this is, though. He fasted for 3 weeks. Come on.
And in the 24th day of the first month, as I was by the side of the great river, which is Hiddekel, then I lift up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold and uphaz. His body also was like the beryl, and his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass, and the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. And I, Daniel, alone saw the vision. And the men that were with me saw not the vision, but a great quaking fell upon them, and that they fled to hide themselves.
What just happened? This man fasted 3 weeks, and one day, he probably, a little dizzy. You know what I'm saying? Hanging in there. And then, boom, shakalaka, he see Jesus Christ. And what's heavy about that, it said the men that was with him didn't see a damn thing. They didn't see Jesus Christ. Daniel saw him in his glory when he was fasting. You got to think. We can't see the Lord in our wicked ass are stated. You got to think, if the Lord just walked up in here right now, we probably wouldn't believe it, but a lot of us would be trying to hide behind this damn curtain.
Right.
We would run and try to hide if he walked through them doors right now. It's a fearful, like, his presence, you are automatically convicted. The look on his face when you see him is like, he coming to kill my ass for what I just watched yesterday. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be the thoughts when you actually see him. You understand what I'm saying? So in order for the Lord to show himself to Daniel, Daniel had to be purged. That's the power of the purge. This man saw Christ in his glory. Keep reading. Come on.
Verse 10. No, verse 9. Yet I heard the voice of his. Verse 8. Therefore I was left alone and saw this great vision.
Read.
And there remained no strength in me. For my comeliness was turned in me into corruption, and I retained no strength.
Come on.
Yet heard I the voice of his words. And when I heard the voice of his words, then was I in a deep sleep on my face, and my face toward the ground. And behold, an hand touched me, which set me upon my knees, and upon the palms of my hands. And he said unto me, O Daniel, a man greatly beloved, understand the words that I speak unto thee, and stand upright, for unto thee am I now sent. And now when he had spoken this word unto me, I stood trembling.
So Christ is talking to Daniel. Like Christ is talking to Daniel. This some good stuff, officer. This some good stuff. Come on.
Then said
called, yeah, think. He called him greatly beloved. You know what I'm saying? Oh, praise. Keep reading.
Then said he unto me, fear not, Daniel, for from the first day that thou didst set thine heart to understand, and to chasten thyself before thy God.
And to what?
Chasten thyself before the Lord thy God.
Where did we just read that at? What does that mean? He was doing. Right. By what? I fasted. He chastened his soul with fasting. He said from the moment you started chastening your soul, from day one, read.
Thy words were heard, and I am come for thy words. But
Christ made his way to Daniel when he saw him start to chasten his soul with fasting. Yeah, do y'all understand this? Bruh. Whew, all praise to the Most High. So, from there, we're going to close it out. Let's go to, let's go to Revelation. Revelation 22. No, I started 21 in verse 1.
The book of Revelation, chapter 21 and verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them.
He will what?
Dwell with them.
So this is talking about the kingdom, right? It say God is going to dwell with us. Now we got to think, right? In the old time, it was just a speckle of uncleanness. He was turning away from you. So in the kingdom, it said God tabernacle is going to be with men. He going to dwell with us. So what do we got to do in order to get to this? Purge. We got to purge. With that purge come power. Last scripture, James chapter 4, verse 8.
The book of James, chapter 4 and verse 8. Draw nigh to God, and he will draw nigh to you.
Draw nigh to God, draw near to God, and he will draw near to you. Now, this is a trick question. Do you want God to draw near to you? He said, yeah. Huh? Right. That's why I said it's a trick question. Because some of us, we know we be dealing with, lust, different, stuff we be into. And if the Lord drew near unto us in certain moments, certain stuff we was doing this damn week, we would be in trouble. Trouble. Who seen Players Club? Trouble. We been in big trouble. For real. Like, we be having that mindset, like, please don't come back right now. Lord, hold on. So we say we want to draw near to God, but our actions, the measures that we take to purge our spirit from filth, really demonstrates if we want to draw near to him. You understand that? That goes into what Jonah been meditating on about going boldly to the throne of grace. You want to be able to go boldly to his throne. Not nervous, I don't know if he going to say, depart from me, or thou weakness, slothful servant. Lord's willing on straight, though. Right. You want to be able to go boldly to his throne. That means you done went through measures of purging the evil from your spirit. Like Paul said, I besought the Lord thrice. The Lord had to tell him, look, if I wouldn't let you have that thorn, your ass would be me. You'd be perfect. They'll worship you. Don't worry, my grace sufficient. You endure that thing. Keep fighting. You want to get to that point where you got to be dealing with someone else, you'll be Christ. That's where you got to strive. That's the point you need to be striving to get to. And I say it all the time. If you ain't at least reading the 4 chapters a day, don't act like you trying. You don't watch no classes throughout the week. You just watch class on the Sabbath. You not trying. You don't talk to nobody. You don't be around nobody throughout the week. You don't be around no righteous souls throughout the week. Only on the Sabbath. You not trying. You not trying to draw near to the Lord. Keep reading.
Cleanse your hands, ye sinners.
Right. What's another word for cleanse? Purge. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners. Read.
And purify your hearts.
And purify. What's another word for purify? Purge your mind. Purge your mind. Read.
Ye double-minded.
Double-minded. 1 minute you zealous for the Lord. You in the spirit. I ain't leaving the school until 3, 4 in the morning. Then the next week, I ain't coming to the school. I got a hangover.
Damn.
Which one is you?
You a clown? You joke?
Oh, yeah. Is you Batman or Joker?
Right. Which one?
Which one are you? Purge your mind. Read.
Be afflicted.
Be what?
Be afflicted.
What's an example of afflicting your soul? Fasting. So notice we reading synonyms for purging. We reading words that can be replaced with fasting. These are the measures that we got to take to draw near to the Most High. Read.
And mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning,
Read.
and your joy to heaviness.
Come on.
Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord.
Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord. What's an example of humbling yourself? Fasting. David said, I humbled my soul with fasting. Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and he gonna what?
And he shall lift you up.
He will take you from being niggas and spicks and COVID patients to being rulers and kings of the planet Earth and beyond. For real. That's the power of the purge. That's the power of the purge. For real. That's some heavy stuff. So this is a blessing that the Lord, he really gave us what's the word? Like a cheat code, kind of like. I'm gonna put it out there like the power that come with fasting, but just so I know you would do it at least one time, I'm gonna make it a law one day. God go hard for that. That's what's up. Like, thank you. You making me draw near to you at least one day out the year. That's some heavy, heavy stuff. One more script. Isaiah 57 and 15. Pull up the definition of contrite for me. Now, we read it during the prayer in Psalms 51. The Lord is looking for a contrite spirit. All right? That's the sacrifices he's looking for. Contrite definition. Isaiah 57 and verse 15. Read that.
The book of Isaiah chapter 57 and verse 15. For thus saith the high and lofty one that inhabiteth eternity, whose name is holy. I dwell in the high and holy place.
So, mind you, this whole time we've been going over what to make the Lord turn away from us and what we got to do to be able to have the Lord draw near unto us. When we got the Lord with us, who can stop us? If we dwelling with the Lord, who can come against us? Right? So the Lord said, I dwell in the high and holy place. Read.
With him also that is of a contrite and humble spirit.
The Lord said, the people that's going to be dwelling with me in my high and holy place is them of a humble and a contrite spirit. Let's read what that means.
Contrite. Feeling or expressing remorse or penitence. Affected by guilt.
Affected by guilt. Now watch this. Go back to the Merriam-Webster definition of purge. Scroll up. Scroll up. Scroll up. Scroll up. Watch this. Read that. Scroll down a little bit. Read that.
Purge. To clear of guilt.
So in order to purge, that means you know you have guilt within you. And showing remorse, showing that you're sorry, acknowledging that sin, I have to fast. I have something in me that I need out of me. You understand? The Lord said people with that mindset, those type of spirits, them going to be the ones that's able to dwell with me. They're going to be able to withstand being near unto me, and I will be near unto them. They're clean. They're cleansed. You understand? A contrite spirit. Go back to that definition. Read it one more time.
Contrite, feeling or expressing remorse or penitence affected by guilt.
Right, so that means that you examining yourself and you acknowledging that you got things that's wrong with you. Like I said, the Day of Atonement is for us. It's for us to fix ourselves so we can get closer to God. It's not a day for God to be like, all right, I need a day in my schedule. I got to make a day in my schedule to forgive them. No. It's for us to get ourselves right with God. He made that for us. All right? So you got to have that type of spirit. Psalms 34:18, then we done. We done for real after this. I ain't lying. Damn. I'm really helping y'all out right now, though. Believe it or not. Psalms 34:18.
The book of Psalms, chapter 34 and verse 18.
Come on.
The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart.
Right. The Lord is nigh, near unto them that's of a broken heart. Meaning what? Where did he say he wanted us to be of a broken heart at? Who remember? Joab.
Psalms 51. And also Isaiah 57.
Nope. Think about it, a broken heart. A broken heart. Where did he tell us to do that? Like
Joel chapter 2, verse 12.
Joel chapter 2, when he said, rend your hearts. To rend means to tear or to break. That's how you're going to be able to repair it. You gotta be able to tear through it and get in there and purge it and repair it. That's how purging works. That's why it's a mechanism of reparation of the body. You understand that? So he said he is near to them of a broken heart. You know your mind ain't right. So you're remorseful about it. You praying to the Lord. You fasting. You meditating. You trying to get it right. Them the people that the Lord is going to be near to. Read on.
And save it, such as be of a contrite spirit.
Who want to be saved? So that means that's the type of spirit you got to have. A contrite spirit. If you ain't got a contrite spirit, if you ain't got the type of spirit, ain't nothing wrong with me. That's him. I'm straight. I ain't battling with nothing. I'm good. I'm strong. Lord said, don't save him. He don't want to be saved. For real. So I praise to the Most High God. Lord's willing, y'all got edified by that. The power of the purge.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.